Welcome to this mantra breathing session. Today, Sondra Ray is going to give you her 35 suggestions for a blissful life. Take it away, Sondra Ray.
Right. I just want to acknowledge all of you guys for your devotion to your commitment to your enlightenment by coming every week. And I know Babaji said if you keep doing that, you're going to get in a high frequency, and then negative things won't stick into you. So to do this weekly is a real good commitment. It's a real good idea, and I acknowledge all of you for showing up. So I wrote 35 suggestions for a blissful life, and we shared those in our new training, Happiness and Longevity, and I guess Marcus liked it, so he sent it to you, so you have it. But I'll go over it. But I'd like you to start breathing while I talk, so you can let it in. And you don't have to memorize any of it because he sent you the list. So this is what has worked for me. And of course, there's probably many more things, but this is my idea of a blissful life. Number 1, surrender to the dream team. Now, for us, the dream team is Babaji, Jesus of the Course in Miracles, and the Divine Mother. And it's a good idea for you guys to have altars in your home. If you don't have an altar, please commit to making one. It makes a huge difference. We have altars, several in every room, and it keeps us sharp and connected to the dream team. And I really recommend, if you don't have one, that you get one. And if you need help with that, write to me, Sondra@sondraray.com, and I'll tell you what to do. You need a beautiful altar cloth, so we have an altar to Babaji, an altar to the Divine Mother, and an altar to Jesus. I think it's good to have them separate, but you could put them all together. Anyway, get a beautiful altar cloth on Amazon, and that's a good start. Of course, number 2, have private liberation breathing sessions. If you have any problem you can't get over and you're stuck, you might need a private session. I mean, mantra breathing is great, but in a private session, we can process you on where you're stuck, and we can analyze what the problem is in your subconscious, in your past, and we're getting better at this. What I'm happy about is lately, every private session we've had is deeper than ever, because we're getting better. So if you really feel stuck, don't suffer. Contact us for a private session. Okay, number 3, do mantra breathing weekly, which you already are doing, and I acknowledge you that. Number 4, practice Ho'oponopono. Now, Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian technique of forgiveness. And it's best to actually take the course. If you haven't ever done it, you can take it online, and then you get the book, and you can do it daily. It's a wonderful technique. There's 12 whole steps. And I'm so grateful because my teacher, Mona Simeona, is the one that brought Ho'oponopono to modern times. And it's available for all of you. Number 5, read A Course in Miracles daily. Now, a lot of people are resistant to the Course in Miracles because it sounds complicated in the text, but the workbook is easy. So it's better to start in the middle of the Course in Miracles with the workbook, and you get one lesson a day. The reason the text is first, because it came that way through this woman who channeled it. But you don't want to read the Course in Miracles like an ordinary book, starting at the beginning and reading to the end, because it's too complicated in the text. So it's better to start with the lessons. And, Marcus and I have a group, which we do. You can, what's it called? And they can tune into that.
Gifts of God.
Gifts of God. If you want to, every day we do it, and we record it to help people. And I used to have a lot of resistance to the text. It was too complicated for me. But Marcus is able to explain it very well. That's why it's good to join our group. Okay, number 6. It's good to have a holy relationship. Now, if you're not in a relationship and you want one, we can help you get one. What is your block to having one? And if you have one, you want to make sure it's a holy relationship and not a, quote, special relationship. Okay? And there's a big difference. So the special relationship is the ego's idea of a relationship. And that's when you think you don't have it together, you need somebody else to complete you. The holy relationship is you are complete and you attract someone else who's complete, and you come together and share the light. So if you don't have a holy relationship, why don't you? We can help you get one. And that will definitely increase your bliss and your happiness. Number 7, this is from Babaji. Get that work is worship. Idleness is death. Okay, so this changed my life when he told me work is worship. And that means whatever you're doing in your career is a form of worship, and therefore you enjoy going to work. You don't say, oh no, I have to go to work 8 hours. No, you enjoy it because your work is worship. I don't care what the career is. That's the state of mind you want. And that creates a lot of happiness. Now, number 8, Babaji's formula for happiness is very clear. Truth, simplicity, love, and service to mankind. So always be in truth, always be simple, always be in a state of love, and always serve mankind. That's his formula for happiness, which is really wonderful. Number 9, practice Om Namah Shivaya mantra. So if you don't have mala beads, you should get them. Make sure there's 108. You can get them online. And if you say Om Namah Shivaya 108 times every day, you will be protected. You will be safe. You will feel good. Because this is the highest thought in the universe. It means infinite spirit, infinite being, and infinite manifestation. So what happens is when you chant Om Namah Shivaya, your thoughts manifest with more power at the same time you are releasing the negativity. So the positive thoughts manifest with power, and the negative thoughts are released at the same time. So that's a magic thing. Om Namah Shivaya is a magic mantra. And he said it's more powerful than the atom bomb. So, if there's a lot of shit happening in the world that's very heavy, you need to do the mantra. And when the pandemic started, the first instruction I got from Babaji is you better do Om Namah Shivaya 10 rounds every day, which we did, which kept us safe. Okay, number 10, give up all negative thoughts and be constantly raising the quality of your thoughts. Okay, so this is a spiritual practice I want you guys to do. Constantly observe your thoughts moment by moment. If you have a negative thought, you immediately change it to a positive on the spot. Most people don't do this. They keep indulging in their negative thoughts, and then they get more negative results. Thoughts create results. So it's a spiritual practice to observe your thoughts and constantly raise the quality of your thoughts. Number 11, nurture friendships. The way to have a blissful life is to have a lot of good friends and make them holy relationships. Keep increasing your friendships. Number 12, go to India to the Divine Mother Festival. We're headed there pretty soon. We've got quite a few people signed up. Now, going to India is pretty powerful in itself, but when you go to the Divine Mother Festival, that's 9 straight days of worship to the Divine Mother. And it's so powerful with those yogis, those saints, and those particular ceremonies that are ancient. Babaji said you can make 12 years of progress in one day. So the only reason people don't go to India is they usually have a fear of that much power, a fear of that much joy, or, it's not dangerous to go to India. It's totally safe because we know, I've been there 40 or 50 times now. I know how to do it so that you're going to be totally safe. So I recommend you all commit to that. Number 13, read only enlightened books. Don't waste your time reading books where the author does not understand that thoughts create results. The whole thing will be confusing. So when you read books, make sure you read enlightened books. Number 14, take the loving relationships training. That was what I started way back in the 70s in California, and we still do it. And everybody needs help in relationships. And it contains everything you need to know to clear relationships and how to have. The first day we clear the old paradigm, and the second day we talk about the new paradigm. Number 15, consider all enemies your great teachers. That means whenever somebody upsets you, or you don't like them, or you don't want to be with them, they might be teaching you something you need to look at. 16, work out the 5 biggies. This is what Leonard Orr started out with, and he's brilliant with this. The birth trauma. Number 2, your personal lie. You got to know what that is in order to be happy. Parental disapproval syndrome, unconscious death urge, and past lives. That is brilliant. And now you don't work those out overnight. You have to be committed to working those out. And it takes years. But what else do you want to do with your life? 17, you want to give up all fear, guilt, and anger. Now that's a big job. But most people are completely stuck in fear, guilt, or anger. And those things keep you from being happy, period. 18, this is really important, disconnect from the family mind. Now, the family mind is very intense. And it's, there's your mother's mind and your father's mind and the family mind. Okay. You want to disconnect from the negative aspects of your mother's mind, your father's mind, and the family mind. When I first said this in Spain, they said, oh, we can't do that. That's disloyal. Well, do you really want to be loyal to their negativity? The family mind is very strong. It's all the programming of religion, money. Yeah, it's really a negative thing, the family mind. And, you don't want to keep doing it thinking you have to be loyal. Number 19, forgive the past completely, 100%. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. If you don't forgive the past, you're going to keep recreating it. That's the problem. Number 20, only work at what you love doing. Now, that sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people are doing stuff they don't like to do. Take 2 showers daily. That's my little thing. I like to take, of course, a shower when you wake up to clear any toxins you processed during the night. But then why not take a shower like 4 or 5 in the afternoon? And it refreshes your energy. 22, write to your guru and put under the altar cloth the 5-point process. The 5-point process goes like this. You work on one thing at a time. Now, I made this up and it works. You only write a letter to your guru about one issue per letter, and then you put it under the altar cloth. Number 1, you say, this is my problem. Number 2, you say, these are the negative thoughts that created this problem, and you list them. Number 3, you say, please, I lay this at your feet. I'd give it up. Number 4, these are my new thoughts, which would be the opposite of number 2, which would be affirmations that are the opposite of your negative thoughts. And number 5, please add energy to my new thoughts. And then you say, thank you. And you put this under your altar cloth. It's so powerful. I've been doing this for years and years and years. And it works. I mean, otherwise, I don't want to dump all my stuff on my husband. I want to give it up to my guru. And you'd be surprised how powerful this is. And people just don't do it. I'm only giving you stuff that works, you guys. I don't want to waste your time. I'm only giving you ideas that work. 23, have a meaningful mission. What is your mission in life? Everybody has a reason that they're here. 24, keep a gratitude journal. And this is another wonderful thing. You get a beautiful book with a nice leather cover. On the left side, you write, what I'm grateful for today is. You wrote, Dear CSO, which is Dear Chief Spiritual Officer, which would be Babaji, Jesus, or whoever. And you list what you're grateful for today. Then on the right side, you write what you want to manifest as if it's already happened. I'm so grateful I now have. And you list that. It's a wonderful technique. And it gets you high and makes you feel good. People don't do it. I'm telling you, these things work. 25, learn how to heal yourself of any condition. Now, I've written the book, Revolutionary Spiritual Healing. You should all have that book because it tells you how to solve all problems in your body and healing. It's 50 years of my knowledge as a healer. If you read that, you're going to get enlightened about healing yourself. There's just no way you can't get it. I've covered everything. 26, give up the unconscious death urge. Now, this would be one of the most important things to make you feel happy because most people are stuck in the thought death is inevitable and they're depressed and their death urge is killing off their happiness. So you have to really work on this. If you're really smart, you'll read the book, Physical Immortality, How to Overcome Death that we wrote. And I think this is one of the more important things of my happiness. Every time I've been depressed, sad, or upset, it was my death urge coming out, especially after someone died in my family. My death urge was activated, and then I would be depressed and get some illness. So the death urge is what kills off your happiness. 27, choose to feel good and know you can do that without any undesirable consequences. Now, we've had a lot of clients lately coming to us and saying, well, I felt really good, but then something terrible happened. So they have this thought, if I'm feeling good, it's going to be followed by something bad. And that is a catastrophic thought. It's possible to feel good and stay feeling good without any undesirable consequences, but you have to get clear in your mind about that. 28, use humor and playfulness. There is such a thing called laughter yoga. It's free. You can get it online. And this Indian guru has people from all over the world, like we are here, and they all laugh together. It's hysterical. So you should try that. 29, try to stay in present time. I think that's obvious. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about the future. 30, get that your innocence is your salvation. If you are guilty about anything, you're going to attract punishment for yourself and you won't be happy. So you have to get clear on your innocence, that you are innocent no matter what. 31, find someone to help and help them. What are you doing to help someone? Like today, what I did is I called up my massage therapist. I know she's going through a breakup. And I thought, I just want to help her. So I'm going to give her a session in exchange for body work for free. I'm going to give her an expensive session for free or in exchange for body work. And that felt really good to offer that to help her. So try to find someone that needs help and help them. 32, forgive your parents and siblings completely. You'll be 10 times happier with just that one. You know, if you haven't forgiven your siblings and your parents at 10, which means 100, that's not good enough. You could say, oh yeah, I've forgiven I have 8 points I've forgiven. That's not good enough. The Course says if you haven't forgiven at 10 or 100, you haven't forgiven at all. So there's such a thing as a forgiveness diet we made up, because Jesus said you should forgive 70 times 7. So you're right. 70 times a day for 7 days, I forgive my mother completely, or whoever, one person a week. 33, find someone you love and surrender to being loved, which means, are you willing to receive love from a partner and from loved ones? 34, make your spiritual life your top priority and dedicate your whole life to the service of God. Okay, well, I think that's pretty obvious. And then the last one is become a blessing. Become a blessing for people. Okay, so heaven is a decision we must make. If we want to be in heaven, which is bliss, which is happiness, we have to make that decision. And doing these things I mentioned here, and you're going to have the list, is going to make you happy. So just notice if you avoid doing them. If you avoid doing the things I'm suggesting, it's like saying, no, I don't want to be happy. I'm not going to do these things. I'm telling you, these things are enjoyable to do. It's not like, I have to do this and it's heavy No, these are enjoyable to do with them. They're not only enjoyable to do them, they're going to give you the joy. Okay, Marcus.
Thank you, Sondra Ray, for those 35 suggestions for a blissful life. As I said before, if you have not received those, send me an email and I will send you the PDF copy of that, what she just read. Thank you all for being here for this mantra breathe. I think that was pretty powerful. I just wanted to say, while I was sitting here watching you breathe, it came to me that this letter to the spiritual masters, it's one of the 35 things Sondra talked about. It's very powerful. If you have a problem and you write to Babaji or the Divine Mother, it's a 5-step process. You state the problem. Number 1, you state, these are my thoughts that contributed to this problem, and you own those thoughts. Number 2, and you say, I lay these thoughts at your feet, and please forgive me for making this up. And then number 4 are the opposites of the number 2 thoughts. These are my new thoughts. And number 5, please add energy to my new thoughts. Om Namah Shivaya. And put that letter under your altar cloth. And that's all you have to do. And then just expect a change in your situation. So some of you had a situation where you expressed you're going through some financial difficulties right now. I would suggest doing that process on that particular problem. Any problem you have in your life, could be a health problem, relationship problem, financial problem, any problem. That's what we do when we have a glitch in our life, and it always works. We always get a shift. So I really recommend that you do that. And again, if any of you did not receive the PDF of the 35 suggestions, please send us a text or write me an email, Sondra@sondra.com, and I will send them over to you. So thank you for joining us. It was very deep, and have a good week, and see you next week, same time. I don't know what the theme will be, but it'll be something interesting. And write to us with anything, any concerns, anything you need help with. We're here for you. So God bless. Have a good week. Have a good weekend.